Have you ever considered the tantalizing idea that perhaps, just perhaps, you were handpicked to be special? Not by some benevolent figure with a long beard, sitting on a cloud, but by the chaotic dance of the cosmos itself. Yes, imagine that you, my strange and wonderful friend, have been chosen to stand out from the mediocrity, the blandness, the utter dullness of the everyday grind. Why, you ask? Because normalcy is the greatest joke ever played on humanity. And you, you have been chosen to break the punchline. You see, being special isn't about being chosen by a god with grandiose plans. It's about embracing the madness of being uniquely, spectacularly you. It's about being the wild card in a deck full of spades and clubs, the joker among kings and queens. Consider this. In a world that praises conformity, the mere act of being different is revolutionary. Being special means seeing the world not as it is, but as it could be, through a lens tinted with possibilities and madness. You are the artist in a world devoid of color, the dreamer in a realm of sleepwalkers. You are the one who dares to think differently, to laugh loudly when others might cry, to dance wildly when others walk in straight lines. And in this grand game of life, where most are mere pawns, you have been given the chance to be a chess master. You've been chosen to play with the minds and hearts of the world, to challenge the status quo, to poke at the rigid with your cane of tricks. Why tiptoe through life, only to arrive safely at death? No, you were chosen for more, much more. So, what makes you special? Is it your ability to conjure ideas from thin air, your capacity to feel deeply, to love wildly? Or perhaps it's your courage to embrace your inner chaos, the very essence that makes you both feared and revered. You see, my dear, to be special is to be misunderstood by many, but adored by those few who resonate with the depth of your madness. Being chosen by the gods. Oh, it's merely a poetic way of saying that the universe expects you to play your part in this comedy we call life. And your part is not to follow, but to lead, not to echo, but to create, not to simply exist, but to explode into existence, with every fiber of your being aflame. So wear your madness like a crown, my special friend. Laugh at the absurdity, revel in your uniqueness, and dance on the tables of convention. Let them whisper, let them stare, let them wonder, is this person mad? And you, with a mischievous grin, can whisper back, no, not mad, just special, chosen to be free, chosen to change the game. The biting chill of reality, how it sears the skin, how it cleanses the palate of delusions. Embrace reality, even if it burns you. For in those flames lies a purification, a trial by fire that strips away the veneer and leaves only the raw, unvarnished truth. You see, reality isn't gentle. It doesn't coddle or coo sweet nothings to comfort the timid. No, reality is the cold steel on the flesh, the harsh light thrown on the darkest of lies. It is relentless, unforgiving, and absolute. To embrace it is not merely to accept it, but to revel in it, to acknowledge that the pain it brings is the very thing that makes you alive, alert, and acute. Why cower from the burn? Why shield yourself with the gossamer wings of fantasy when the searing forge of truth promises so much more? The burns, the scars, the wounds that reality inflicts are not marks of defeat, but badges of honor. They are signs that you have danced with life's most brutal rhythms and walked away stronger, forged in the fires of genuine existence. Embrace reality, because it is the only teacher whose lessons are eternally relevant, the only adversary worthy of your mettle. When reality scorches you, it is testing your substance, challenging the metal you claim to possess. Do you crumble? Or do you stand, face forward into the blast, skin searing, heart open, eyes clear. This is the crucible, my dear protagonist. This is where heroes and legends are birthed. Not in the soft cradle of comfort, but in the blistering forge of undeniable, inescapable reality. So let it burn you. Let it change you. Let it tear down the illusions you've built like cobwebs in a long abandoned home and reveal the foundation beneath, however rugged, however raw. To embrace reality is to accept your role in the grander scheme, not as a mere spectator, but as a participant, active and engaged, no matter the burns, no matter the scars. It's a declaration that you are not afraid of the truth, that you are prepared to meet it, greet it, and walk with it, side by side, into the unknown. And in this alliance with reality, remember, what doesn't kill you doesn't just make you stronger. It makes you realer, more substantial, a force to be reckoned with. So burn, if you must, but burn brightly, fiercely, like a beacon in the night, guiding not just your own way, but lighting the path for all those brave enough to follow in your fiery footsteps. Thus, do not shy away from the harsh embrace of reality. Do not tremble at its potentially devastating touch. Instead, step into its flames with defiance in your heart and clarity in your vision. For it is in the very act of confronting reality, of allowing it to burn away the chaff of pretense and hesitation, that true strength is formed. This confrontation is not a punishment, but a privilege, a testament to your fortitude, and a challenge to your resolve. Embrace it fully, fearlessly, for in doing so, you not only affirm your existence, but define it, crafting a legacy that is tempered in truth and resilience, unshakable and undeniable. Let the world know that you have not just survived the fires of reality, you have mastered them, and in that mastery have become an unbreakable beacon of authenticity and courage and consider the landscape of the lone wolf, the singular architect of their destiny. The path walked alone is fraught with perils that might unnerve the stoutest of hearts. Yet, it is in this very solitude that the crucible of character is fired. Alone, there is no chorus to echo doubts, no crowd to hide within, no other hands to steady the scales of fate. Each decision, each faltering step or daring leap is undiluted, potent with the intoxicating truth of self-reliance. The journey alone is both the riddle and the revelation. It asks of you the hard questions, the ones that strip the soul bare and challenge the essence of your spirit. What are you capable of when the stage is empty, the lights dimmed, and all the world's a quiet judge? What can you achieve when every echo in the hall carries only your voice, when every shadow cast is your own? This solitary path isn't chosen for the ease of its course, but for the purity of its trials. To say I did it alone is to embrace the anarchy of self-guidance. It's to find in the depths of isolation not despair but power, the power of unshared glory, of a legacy untainted by compromise. The steps taken alone forge the deepest footprints, marking the earth with unapologetic resolve. In the echo of solitude, the mind dances with specters of what might have been had the path been shared. Yet, these ghosts quickly fade against the bright flame of solitary accomplishment. There's a unique madness to it, isn't there? A delicious, terrifying gamble with oneself, where the stakes are as high as the soul is deep. I did it alone does not whisper of loneliness, but roars of independence. It is a statement that does not merely speak of completing a journey, declares dominion over it. This sovereignty over self is the ultimate prize, fought for in the quiet battles, where the only ally and enemy is the reflection in the mirror. So revel in this chaotic solitude. Embrace the splendid isolation of the climb. For when you reach the summit, the view belongs to you alone. The chorus of the winds, the applause of the stars, resonate with a single, undeniable truth. I did it alone. And in that truth lies the ultimate freedom, the anarchic liberation of the self, unchained, unfettered, unconquered. In the silence of solitude, where the mind is left to its own devices, the most fascinating transformations occur. Here, in the absence of external influence, you are the painter and the canvas, the sculptor and the marble. The artistry of the self is conducted without an audience, a pure exhibition of will and creativity. Each choice, each brushstroke of decision is an assertion of identity, a declaration that in the realm of the self, you are both monarch and creator. And in this kingdom of one, where every echo answers to you, there lies a challenge that few dare to accept. The challenge to remain true, brutally honest, and fiercely independent. It is a splendid isolation, a realm where the chaos of independence becomes the order of the day. I did it alone is not a cry of loneliness, but a celebration of fortitude, a battle hymn for those brave enough to command their destinies, untouched by the hand of compromise. Here, in the solitude of conquest, you find that the most profound company you keep is your own.